Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here with another First Listen review. And that is, if you count the fact that I listened to this twice in a row, the First Listen review, because it's a really short album, so I'm going to count it anyway. 33 minutes long this thing is. It's Clutch's new album, Sunrise on Slaughter Beach. Clutch is one of those bands that I'm familiar with. They've been around for many, many years. I don't remember exactly when they started, but I own every single Clutch album because I'm one of those nuts that has to own everything by every band that I like. Except I haven't listened to them all yet. They have quite a few. I think this is album 13. Yeah, 13. So there's a few that I haven't listened to, but I've listened to a good, probably at least half of what I have anyway. It's been a while since I've actually pulled one out, so from what I remember, this one is quite a bit different from anything I remember hearing. I saw an interview here recently with Neil Fallon, the lead vocalist and lyricist for the band. He said that the reason this one may sound a little bit different to people is because they're used to, rehearsing everything, playing a lot of these songs live, and then just going to the studio and just banging them out as a band. Well, because of everything that's happened the past couple of years, they had time to sit around and actually write the songs and record them in the studio. As they were working on, they had time to, instead of just jamming it all out, they actually wrote them in the studio. And they had time to add in a couple extra backing vocals. I guess they have a couple female backing vocals on this one, and a theremin that they used on one of the songs, which actually, I can't remember which one it was now, and I remember hearing it in there too. But anyway, I don't know even how you would describe Clutch. I know they get thrown into the stoner sludge category a lot. This album here doesn't really sound that way at all. And I'm trying to think what to compare it to. The only bands that I picked up, anything from that they may have been inspired by was I got a little bit of a Monster Magnet feel. And I heard a little bit of Peter Green in his vocals, especially on the last song, Jackhammer Our Names. If you can picture this one, Dusty Hill, when he sang the lower stuff in the early ZZ Top days when they were a little bit heavier, they were a little bit more grungy, dare I say. A lot of that. Now the guitars on this album, there's not a whole lot of distortion. There's a lot of effects used on this one. Almost like I don't know, like some of those bands like Social Distortion and Sonic Youth, like the tones that they may have used. I'm not going to go through each and every song here, but the ones that stood out to me were Mountain of Bone. I thought that was pretty cool. It had a really neat guitar part to it. Nosferatu Madre was pretty cool. Mercy Brown was actually the longest song on this CD, 5 minutes, and that was probably my least favorite of the few, which is the longest one, which I thought was weird. Skeletons on Mars was pretty cool. It had a cool breakdown in the middle of it that I liked. And the funny part of all is the last song, Jackhammer Our Names, was just this chill, cool, mellow song, this kind of mellow way to end an album. And the reason I say there was nothing sludgy or grungy about this one is that it was fast. A lot of the songs almost had almost a punk feel to them, but they weren't sloppy. So I mean, punk, or 70s style punk feel to it. And that type of punk was a little bit more sloppy. This didn't have that sloppiness to it, but it had that energy, which I kind of liked. I'd have to rate I haven't rated one in a while. I kind of got out of the habit of doing that for some reason. But on a scale of, 5, I would rate this probably a 3.5, 4, maybe not quite a 4, 3 3/4 maybe. The only reason, because there wasn't a lot that stood out as, memorable. I had to listen to it a couple times to remember what song it was I was listening to. A lot of them do sound very similar in style, but there was nothing bad. So, except for maybe Mercy Brown was a little bit but the rest of them were pretty cool. They had some cool riffs going on, some nice use of effects. I'd listen to this again. I'll probably be pulling this one out, later on the next couple of weeks and listening to it a few more times, letting it settle in a little bit. So it's not one that I'm just going to let sit around and collect dust. Actually, it's going to make me want to go pick out some of these other Clutch albums that I haven't checked out yet and listen to them too. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Give it a listen. It's only 33 minutes, so it shouldn't take too long. And get back to me. Tell me what you think. And be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that stuff I have to ask for. But it's cool because it does get it out there for more people to see this and get involved in the chat and talking about some bands that maybe don't get a lot of the attention that they should. So this is one that should probably get a little bit more attention. So check it out. Talk to you guys later.